This video is sponsored by Filmora. If you're trying to get into editing, this is the place to start.
Now, gentlemen, we're not gonna sit here and pretend it's not a big-ass elephant in the room.
What the f is going on?
This is what the f is going on. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, they're in love. I won't try to actually my way out of this one. Episode 6 of Helluva took my lingering doubts, threw them out the window, buried them in the yard, then shot him to death for good measure. And it's only fair that after all my pessimistic shit I put into my last video, that I come back and do an update on the state of the SS Stolas. Because while things are looking a lot brighter as the episode proved, I was actually right on the money for Blitz's personal issues. And you know that I'm gonna break down that acid sequence. What does it mean? Why is Stolas on a literal fucking pedestal? Okay, some of this isn't rocket science, but dig in anyway, shall we? But first, let me talk to you about Filmora. Now I have people ask me all the time, of course, I want to start my own YouTube channel, but I don't know how to edit. At which point I then give them a list of horror stories for all the many softwares I've tried to learn how to edit. And today, finally, I can finally promote one that I'm actually kind of proud of. Today, I'm here to talk about Filmora. Because in a world filled with creativity and passion, video editing is an essential skill for every part of the filmmaking process, with Filmora being probably the most user-friendly system for beginners I've ever seen. And I've run the gamut of editing softwares, and they come in two forms. They're either an 80-hour tutorial or cost a literal arm and leg. Filmora, in contrast, provides a free version for all of its users and a massive collection of designs, transitions, and other elements that you can use to spice up your own videos, easing your way into the hobby that gets more relevant every year. And if you would like to try it out, the paid version is only $51.99 a year, which, for the record, is what some softwares cost in a month, making it an absolute steal. And if you're a student, you get 42% off that price. So if you want to get into video editing, there's no better place to start than Filmora. Check out the link in the description and see if it's the right fit for you. All right, back to the kink show.
Quiet, or I'm using those bear traps.
Oh, please do.
Where we left off in the last vid was me giving all the reasons why I like the ship, why some other people like it, and some of the underlying personal issues that might cause it to implode. They're great together. Stolas is a rich boy sub getting pounded by a lowly imp, but with Blitz's dominant personality, he's the type of person to relish that sort of thing. Being able to hate bang the people that have spent their entire lives looking down on him, while also getting a nifty book that lets him keep his business, like, it's not the healthiest starting point for a relationship, but it's also hell. So who cares? But the big thing, the huge thing I picked out was Blitz's personal issues and the massive power imbalance that can only lead to trouble later on. Which summarized here, briefly-ish, Blitz, by all accounts, explicit and implied, is massively insecure, resenting people that he thinks are belittling him, while also craving love. This combination of issues makes him extremely clingy and loving to those that he values, but there's also the sense that he keeps them at arm's length as well. Him berating Moxie hides how much Blitz cares about him, but is unable to handle being emotionally intimate in a relationship. He plays the asshole to keep things constantly combative because that's what he knows. He knows how to argue, demean, condescend, because that's how he's used to being treated, and as fucked up as it is, he's more comfortable that way than actually being open with how he feels, ignoring extreme situations. Even Blitz's relationship with Luna carries a self-hating theme. She's the only person he showers with affection, but he's so over the top with these displays with no personal boundaries. Him being so clingy allows him to keep things at a certain distance. Because Luna is an angsty 20-something-year-old wolf who didn't meet him until she was 17. She appreciates him, but her loner tendencies make a smother the last thing that she wants, irritating her and putting the relationship on a somewhat rocky ground. Luna snapping at him whenever he gets too controlling. It's not the same relationship he has with Moxie, but it creates the same result, but one that actually works when Blitz isn't trying to play the father. But when he's with Stolas, it's completely different, with Stolas being the one in control and Blitz can't deny it. If Stolas wants the book, he gets the book. He wants to bang tonight, they bang immediately. This horny owl can ruin Blitz's business on a whim and can be very patronizing even when he's trying to be playful, which could cause the insecure imp to snap back and cause everything to fall apart. But they love each other.
Am I going to get any thank you for the rescue, Bitsy?
Well, I suppose you should. Want me to fuck your brains out tonight?
Very much so.
Yep. despite all the concerns I had, and still have for them. But that last episode went a long ass way to show me why they work, dysfunction and all. For a lot of people, this was their Stolas moment, and we need to welcome our fellow degenerates aboard. And why this is so impactful is because it's the first time we've seen Stolas go out of his way for Blitz. This owl has the power to turn people into stone at a glance, tear portals into reality, but humans were fucking with his man, and he brought the full unholy terror onto these dorks in black. When he didn't have to. He could have easily taken care of these idiots, but he was pissed. Pissed that they were putting Blitz in danger, and he was venting. And Blitz knows this too. They make a point of showing Blitz's reaction. He was into it. This isn't, oh shit, my boss found out about the book, or thanks Sane, you're here. It's wonder, it's admiration that this rodent-eating owl would come up from hell to not only save him, but make a statement on how much he cares. If that doesn't get you on this ship, I don't know what to tell you other than you do you. This really got rid of those last few doubts in my mind. Well, because while they've always had good banter, it was hard to tell if they would work out outside of them having to do this for the book. When Blitz saved Stolas' life, he framed it as an obligation, not because he likes the baka. But here, we got Stolas going out of his way to save Blitz, checking to see if he was okay, and then tearing him the fuck up. As he deserves, mind you.
How the fuck did you get caught by humans?
Which, yes, that is what I like to see in my ship. Making sure that they're okay, and then moving into that real shit of what is wrong with you? How dare you make me worried? It just feels so real that yes, this is what we would see out of them if they were to drop the transaction part of their relationship. This feels like how they should act and how I kind of want them to in my fanfiction. With the post-saving my life sex afterwards being the obvious, I mean, come on. How else are you gonna reward Stolas?
I want to choke on that red of yours.
Stolas is still throwing out some red flags. Like, I just assume he is still watching Blitz without his permission while he bathes. Maybe it was just a selfie. And calling Blitz my impish little plaything, not great. Still very much fetishizing Blitz being the imp, which, as I've already discussed, could lay the groundwork for resentment being built up later down the line. And Blitz even got scared when Stolas was looming over him, but that vanished when he realized that he wasn't in trouble. And they went back to their regular back and forth routine, which is the backbone of why Stolas and Blitz work. Blitz's default is to be a jackass, to antagonize those close to him. But this is the thing, Stolas loves that. Stolas 100% looks down on Blitz for being an imp, but also respects him for his skills and the fact that he finds him hot. Stolas isn't threatened by Blitz in the same way Moxie is, and has no trouble being affectionate like Luna. He can brush off any insult that Blitz throws at him, and he can give as good as he gets, making him perfect for Blitz. He's being challenged by Blitz, doesn't aggravate him, it just adds more fuel to the fire as far as this owl is concerned, and this being the case removes some of the biggest barriers to loving Blitz. So now it really just comes down to Blitz learning to be loved, which based on the acid sequence, is a very hard thing to do. Which yeah, let's talk about that scene. Holy shit. Moxie's brain was a fun Disney Phantom of the Opera hybrid where Blitz sang smack talked him, while Blitz has an ecstasy-ridden wasteland screaming at himself through the ghosts of his past. If these worlds are meant to be a reflection of each character's mental state, yeah, Blitz has got issues. It's hostile, it's barren, and stripped of everything. It's self-hatred manifested, and it represents Blitz's fear of dying alone. And you can't overlook this, Blitz's view of himself is also shot to hell. He doesn't see himself as a badass assassin or trailblazing businessman. He still thinks himself as a young, scared kid, dressed up as a clown, surrounded by people that tower over him. And for as big as Blitz likes to make himself out to be, he feels weak and small. I don't think this is like his subconscious, I think this is how Blitz used to look when he was younger. We already know that he has a past connection to the circus, both from the posters of him and his sister in the background to his flashbacks with Frizzaroli. Here though, it's different. This is the farthest back we've ever seen him. His eyes back then were big, they had that diamond cut you see in those old school cartoons. His face paint was solid, while today it's blotched. Blitz was young and hopeful back then, before all his dreams went to shit when he couldn't make his solo act work. This whole sequence is Blitz at his absolute worst, how he compares himself to others like Stryker, who is everything Blitz wishes he was, as he lacks that craving for other people in his life. He knows he could be Stryker, he could kill Stolas, work high-paying hit jobs instead of petty revenge quests for Ohio trash, but he won't. because he's comfortable with his friends and fam at his current level. He's content, but he still feels like he should do more. Fizaroli is his failed dreams wrapped up in a guy who's actually living them, and Varaska is his fear of relationships in general and his tendencies of pushing others away, making them leave before they leave him. All this is pounding on Blitz. It's all consuming. He can't even maintain his sense of self as his character is distorted and twisted. He's out of sync. He can't see himself. Then Stolas arrives. The filthy sludge and crap of his life turns into bright feathers, leading up to a golden staircase where his boo sits, and he returns to being himself. Does Blitz feel more like himself when he's around Stolas, or does Stolas just give him the distance from his past that he needs? Either way, Blitz puts Stolas on a golden throne, and that can mean a few things. It could represent the distance between them socially, or a symbolic representation of just how much above him Stolas is, how small he feels in comparison, or it could just show how much he loves him. I don't fully believe that one. This isn't pure admiration or clouds and rainbows. There's a real sense of fear here. Blitz is intimidated by Stolas.
Are you afraid to love people, Blitzø?
Blitz does have feelings for Stolas. You can't deny that after this episode, but he's still scared that he can't help himself, climbing higher even though he gets chained up in the process. And this doesn't even represent the power Stolas has over him because of the deal. This is Blitz's fear of being tied to one person, of opening himself up, of relinquishing the power over to someone else and being loved after all these years of being alone. And I'm assuming just a tragic backstory.
Your subconscious is trying to tell you that you simply cannot fathom proper intimacy, but also craving as well.
Blitz is scared of loving Stolas and of being loved. He's okay with how Stolas treats him sometimes, but it's that fear of opening up, that he might lose the people he lets in, that guts him. The idea of losing Stolas, Moxie, Luna, everybody is tough. When Stolas pulls him in close, he's embarrassed, but he doesn't pull away. This is where he wants to be, who he wants to be with, and who the fuck isn't shipping this? How could you not? Blitz has many issues he needs to work through, and I love this show for it. When everyone around him leaves, his fears of dying alone swell up inside. He fights Stolas' embrace. Those golden feathers cling to him, and he just rages out in one amazing shot. This is Blitz. In a nutshell, when things get close to him, he feels like he's being tied down and it causes him to rage. The guy is Catra on crack, and oh my god, that's why I ship them.
Threaten my impish little plaything.
Yeah, this episode changes everything. We still have that looming axe of the Hell's upper crust finding out about the book, that who knows what kind of drama that would cause for both of them later on, because as I said in the first video, I don't see Stolas picking Blitz over his daughter. If Blitz was on trial and he had to choose between, fuck, this guy stole from me, I didn't have anything to do with this, like, just let me off okay, I want to be with my kid, or standing by Blitzø, I don't see him doing that, because for as impulsive as he is, that is a relationship he will not compromise on his daughter. But that's later. As things are right now, this ship is sailing strong and only gaining more speed. We got to see how Blitzø really feels underneath all of his poshing, and we saw Stolas kill a man for his. And he is just so fucking cute. I need more of them in my life, or maybe just more in general. All right, that's the end of this ship check-in. Maybe one day I'll expand this to other ships.
Kill me! I'm in constant pain!
Or maybe I like being sane. You guys tell me down below what you guys thought of the last episode. How'd it make you feel? How did it change your opinion about Stolas? I know it made me love it even more, but did it do the same for all of you? Let me know if there's any other relationships you want me to check out, or just tell me what's the most unhealthy thing you've shipped. No shame, no judgment from me. Everyone else I can't vouch for. Check out Filmora. Again, great opportunity right here. Link in the description. Love you all. Peace out.